New Balance, John. New Balance. Apologies for the long intro there. I want to say thanks to Eamon Campion for your tip of Mr. and Mrs. Pay's work. Those technical gremlins guys earlier on in Debuita. Now we're back in the big bamboozler known as Tokyo. I think we can safely say we should be okay and good to go. No kimono. I gave that up. Because, I mean, you have to wear a shirt and shorts underneath anyway, you know, so... You're double bagging around Tokyo in this weather. It's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. You know my stance on chafage. And, I don't want to have to retread old ground, but... tearing that fucking skin tag off of the armpit was one of the best moves I've made in months. But as I say, take every case on its merit. Don't follow my lead. You could actually end up bleeding to death. We don't want that happening. I don't want that on my conscience. You definitely don't want it on yours. You won't even have a conscience. You'll be fucking dead, John. Just make sure you've signed the waiver that says I'm not responsible. And I don't have one made up, but if you could just knock something up yourself before you go ahead and lay siege to the tag. All I will say, what I want to get across to you is, it's gone now. There's no stinging. And life just feels free and easy. How about you? How about you? Somebody said the other day that, thanks very much Con's big beam machine, that the skin tag that I actually threw into the sink and washed down into the sewers, the Japanese sewers, could possibly mutate like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, except it's just going to be a mutant skin tag. But the turtles were sentient and had a mind of their own anyway, you know, they moved around. The skin tag was dead. The skin tag was dead, but so free and easy now. Feel brilliant. Feel brilliant. I feel like I could go for a power walk, a jog. Life just feels great, and long may it continue. And if it comes back, fuck, we'll have. We apologize for the interruption. On the acoustic, just gone to waste. Get a nice little blasted on, we'll be back in business again. Another powerful Monday. Welcome to the stream. You've driven all you can drive. It's just another day in absolute paradise. Now it's time to harness the power of the working week. Fantastic car. Check that bad boy out. Standing proud. Office barista unit. Salesforce. Packing the poachers. Going on a bean quest on Monday morning. A vigorous rub with some tissue paper. This little fella, lovely, truly remarkable beast. I don't know, what's your take on it? Your primetime sin swirl. Been doing a lot of thinking. Ethiopian beans. Book cab? I think we really need to bring in HR. Flavoursome bean development. Colombian beans. St. Stephen's bean. Blast unit. Living Labina mocha. The future. The concept of steam. Brand new roller coaster ride. Time is running out. The clock is ticking down. Francesco Higinardo. Honduran beans. The fact that every moment is a chance to double your money. Bezos. How's it going, buddy?
How are you keeping?
Checking out Fibonacci Place. Have you been in there?
Never.
Bezos.
I think he is.
Is he there?
He is.
Bezos. Good stuff, buddy.
He's listening to new stuff.
Today FM. You take the bull by the horns and you ride that bastard out of town. You've Lesotho'd all you can embassy. I have livid targets. Funkmaster Flex. Bar charts. Falco, Crawl, Lockton. A lot of the hardball gets played inside there. More of a bricks and mortar kind of Lego set man myself. It's all about the Chinese market at the moment. How's it going, guys? I'm your boss? That's French jiggery pokery. Getting a bit tiresome, I understand. Salvadoran bee. Gold embossed. Hope you're getting on well anyway. Abducted by seagulls. The big cheeses, it's not great. Yap stam. The likes of which I am Marby. You and I will probably dream about. Choo choo magoo. There's a lot of tension in the streets. It's almost 6:10. Indonesian beans. 5 days of sheer graft, power, and absolute Hasselback potatoes. An Arabian dream stealer comes out of a side hatch. Enjoy your day! There's a lovely spider web up there. Not much to do when you're waiting for the coffee shop to open. I think I've done a lot for the Badgers. Thankless sort of stuff, never off the clock. Very excited about Kenyan beans. 4 and 5 Park Place. Oh look, the furnishing in 4 and 5 Park Place. They've started furnishing it. Wayflyer, Azimuth, Dropbox. And look at that, Dropbox have their own barista machine there. A Rancilio 5000. It's a sweet machine. We're looking at Ireland's engine room right now. Got Ugandan beans. It's so energizing to see. Bezos. First 2 slats are bone dry. Bizarrely, the middle slat seems to be damp. We've got Guatemalan boys out there. You snooze, you lose. Courtesy of Sombrero. Thai beans. It's all about the scone. Stripped to the waist and whipped 5 times. I'd love to know what your take on it is. What's your take on it? Is it all that? Bezos! Or do we need to change the game even further? You've made it as far as you can. Now it's time to go above and beyond the call of duty. Bezos! Never leave revenue on the table. No need to get your feet out. Peruvian beans! What's your take on it? Let's go further. Build smarter. Business, 3rd floor business, 4th floor business. Congolese beans.
The other Greek.
He's a good guy. And the thing is, I'd say, could you run 2 yards? He'd say, Connor, do you know what? I'd run a fucking million miles for you. I'd run to the edge of the earth. I said, there is no edge. The earth's round, you fucking meddler. He'd say, Connor, that means I just keep running and running and running. I said, you shouldn't even run. You're in your early 60s. The most you should be doing is probably about 5k, but at a languid pace. He said, Connor, I just don't understand reality when it comes to going above and beyond for you. I said, look, I admire your blood, sweat and tears. Each and every day you've got something, you're like a jack in the box. And he said, have you ever met that fella over in Japan with his arms out? He's got a lovely, humble smile. He's a good guy. He's a sweet, sweet piece of beef. Good times. I want to say thanks very much to everybody who's joined us there today in Bitrate. What about you? What about you, buddy? You're a good guy. You're a sweet, sweet piece of beef. And don't let anybody ever tell you any different, okay? Tender cheeks. Talk to you later. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Gotta go. Sorry, we're getting some funny looks. But I mean, that's the thing about the Hobbsmeister General. Looking back at it, he would go to the end of the earth for you, and then more than that, and then some more as well if you asked politely. I don't even need to ask. For me, it's just like going into Family Mart. You know, it's like home away from home. Let's show you the Family Mart here. I've shown you the innards of 7-Eleven, and we've done a little bit of Family Mart, but it's the convenience. It's the convenience. It's the all-weather umbrella. It's the light-fitting outer t-shirt with the heavyweight, small-sized chest. Photo t-shirt. Bit of fashion, bit of style. Outer. Undershirt, underwear, boxer briefs. Short pants. Photo totes. Skin tank top. Convenience sunnies. Get yourself a campus notebook. Tokyo. Good stuff. It's not a great advert for their pens, John. Great stuff. Let's keep it up. Cons. And a lovely inspirational message for anyone who comes in. Let's just do that. Let's do that and see what we can do with this one. Send it far. All the best. With a Z. That's a new one. And hopefully someone's gonna get a good buzz off that, to be honest, you know. There's not much hope these days. You gotta love this. Bior. Get yourself a Bior. Especially one at -3 degrees. If you've got the will to survive, a Bior Zero. Cool. Great stuff. Cooling body mist as well. Optional extra. What more do you want, you know? And this is where I don't want to keep on retreading old ground, but the trifecta of Mace, Sandra, Londis, and Spar. It's more than a trifecta, it's a four-fecta. It's a four-figure lock. But I want to get some Calpis because those two brewskis earlier on I think they were a little bit premature. I should have had something nice in the stomach. I don't want to go heavy. Maybe I'll have a sandwich or something and a Calpis. Maybe some more tongue. Yeah, I think we'll go tongue on this. I tried the 7-Eleven tongue. Now it's time to try Family Mart tongue. No. What we will do is black pepper chicken, Steamed smoked chicken. Yeah. Steamed herb chicken. I think that's it. Single-use plastic banana. And what about this? An egg. Just an egg. No. A boiled egg. Look at that. Antipasti. Fuck. What the fuck is that? Cream cheese wrapped in dry cured ham. That's rich. It's a bit too rich. I think we're gonna go egg. We're gonna go egg and breast. And a calpis. Calpesian. What the situation here is with these guys, they're actually got frozen calpis in a freezer there. Is that for people who just want to have like a frozen solid form of liquid that will eventually melt and then you'll have throughout the day? I don't really subscribe to that way of being, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'd love to see what the return on investment is on the egg here that I've got. Not biologically, just financially. Is it going to be like a Tesco meal deal? This is obviously by far and away better than a Tesco meal deal, right? I just want to see what the damage is. Hopefully the herbs and the chicken don't. There's no spice. Hopefully there's no spices in it. It's just herbs. Hopefully Aidan G, thank you very much. Larry Schlugging and Conzo Bebop, Sean Perrell, thank you very much. SkinTagRugbyClub.ie. Any chance you could give a shout out to Stephen travelling over to see Oasis in Manchester? Jammy man got tickets. All the best there, Stephen. Hope you enjoyed the lads. And Aidan G, never get to see you live. Love the vids. Keep it up. Thanks very much, Aidan. Calpis. Yeah, that's it. That just hits the spot. Every time, all the time. Calpisadvertising.ie. You're in Japan now. Book your ideas up. Japanese spam classic. And I like the way they do it there with the rice paper on a lovely bed of rice. A single bed of rice. Pop you down there so I don't be... Thank you. No, thank you. Actually, yes. Thank you. I'll have a bag. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. And I'll pay with card if that's okay. Lovely. Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much. Good night. Good night. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Anything else to be got here? You can get socks. I don't need anything, but it's just great to know that this is available, you know? You don't need to go into a Dunn's or a Uniqlo. That's the way the Japanese want to play ball. Do you know, they want convenience. They've come to expect it because they work hard. By God, do they play hard too? They love the sauce. They love the sauce. But they work so hard, they expect their amenities and their services to be second to none. To be the best of the best. Do you know? It's only the best will do. Nothing less than best. And if you haven't got the best, leave. You're not welcome. I think that's a pharmacy. We don't need to go in there. Oh yeah, I see some more absolutely impressive pissed bowing by some salarymen who had left a pub, and they couldn't stop bowing, and it made me wonder, is it a bit fucking bad if you don't do enough bowing? There was two lads that were bowing against one lad who was leaving, and the one lad that was leaving was really fucking going back for more bows. He was doing a bow and then he'd go back for more. I was wondering, if you don't bow enough, do the lads go, he's up his own arse, he only bowed 5 times when we bowed 7. Crazy bit of bow. So you just have to live here really to understand it, to get to know it, to get it. And it's winding down the usual kind of crack. This is a nice kind of cornucopia of greenery here. Can't really smell plants. I mean, do plants really smell, John? I'm not too sure. It's flowers, isn't it? Nevertheless, still feels nice to be around. Beautiful scene in the middle of the city centre. I think this is what they call an izakaya grill sakaba. Yeah, it is an izakaya. I don't know what that means. I think it's just a Japanese grill. But I don't know what the difference between an izakaya and just a normal restaurant is. No doubt a few people there will let us know. There's a lot of people who surprise me, who usually know everything about everything. You have to have the last bow. That'd be another thing. To someone then become, I don't like that fucker. He always has to have the last bow. And unfortunately, my usual stomping ground of where I used to sit to get pissed has been taken by 2 salary women. Never mind, John. We'll just have to find somewhere else. Let's have a little think here. Maybe there's a park nearby. I seen a giant gate over the road, the main drag, and down here. Down here. We'll go down here. Bit of a jaunt. Nothing too hectic, nothing too crazy. Let's have some fun with it, right? Why not? Why not? It's one of these giant Japanese gates that potentially leads into a park. Giant staircase. Rocky vibes. Rocky vibes. Thank you very much there, Notorious Pint Man, for the tip. Very, very kind of you. Keep an eye on the chat, that would be great as well. The music is still going. I've thought about turning it off, but maybe it actually adds a novel sort of ambience to the proceedings. Let me know. I'll knock it off if it's a pain in the arse, but I mean, at the moment I don't really mind. I don't hear it myself. It's you that has to deal with it. It adds immersion. Great stuff. Decent ambience. It's fine, says David. And thank you very much to the lads who I gave spanners to earlier on. Spanner Demas and Pliers. Spanworks Incorporated. Spanchester United. Span City. Span-A-Lot. And Jonathan Rees Spaniel III. Man/dog/ thank you very much. No, okay. She held out a fucking thing and I went to grab it and she pulled it away. I don't know why. But these lads are top of the pops over here. Reggie, John, Bebop, and Scooby. And that's their local MC, Pudding Chop. They do a lot of good work. And a big shout out to the BTS lads as well for really getting to grips with the Japanese state of mind. Tokyo, I'm in a bit of a Tokyo state of mind at the moment. We're actually breaking through reality, John, and finding ourselves ensconced inside a world of Tokyonomics. Voodoo Tokyonomics. And here is the giant gate of Arimathea, otherwise known as Tokyo Gate Haven 7. Entrance to the sacred walled city of prudential finance. Only the big boys can play the games around here. This is Premier League stuff. It's not for the faint of heart. Absolute animals. Psychos. You need to be a psycho salaryman to even think about walking into the offices of some of these buildings around here. Look at the size of them. Look at the size of pure skyscrapers. You'd want to have a voodoo business degree from Smurfit Kappa and all the rest. Hotel, mansion, Japan pride. Just get over yourself, every mute, says Tobes, and really not happy with the chat app that I've got here. I see like a glimpse of what somebody has wrote and then I don't see the rest of the sentence, you know. Imagine the trades going on there. What about this, John, you know? What about this? I'm just a man with a bag at the moment. But this has seen much more than that in the past. Probably samurai. Probably worshipping samurai. Is that the plural for samurai? I'm not sure. Maybe samurai is plural in and of itself. Do they have plural in Japan? Maybe it's just Samurai 2, Samurai 3. Johnny C, thank you very much for the tip, and reckless nights in Tokyo. I'm just a man with a dream. I'm just a man with a bag at the moment. Got a banana, an egg, a chicken breast, and a calpis. A spring in my step, a dream in my hand. Really, it's an iPhone XR, which still is a workhorse. 7 years. 7 years in the making. Am I allowed up here? Can we see the sky? I don't know. Thing is, people go to bed here because they're fucking wrecked. And on the journey back, I had to turn the camera off when we were coming back from Debuita. But the amount of people just falling asleep is insane. Salary men, salary women, falling asleep watching stuff on the phone. I don't know, is it healthy? Is it healthy? I mean, they're feathering their nest, but at what cost? And I tell you, you know my thoughts and my feelings on maximizing the work week. I don't need to retread that old ground again, but I will. But at the same time, I'm shocked at the level of pure and utter graft that's taking place out here. It's just so far away that you don't get company team building trips from Europe visiting, because if it was any closer, that's what would be happening. It's like, get ready lads, we're off to Japan for a week. Gonna show you how they really grind. And then you'll have no excuse. You will have no excuse. Look at that bloody big fucking moon with just a singular cloud in front of it.
Somebody call Grandma.
You used to think the moon had a face, John. Then you learn it's just craters. Unbelievable craters. I also used to think it was made of cheese. That was just lies. Lies told to us by none other than our parents and caregivers. Fucking... How do they expect us to grow up being honest and truthful when we're told that that fucking thing is made of cheese from the off? So much so I refused to believe it wasn't cheese up until the age of 26. Very embarrassing scenes. I'm not gonna go into it. And we've reached the top, the precipice, fucking nearly tripped. The top of the mountain. We are here. There is no sign saying we shouldn't be here, but there's a definite feeling that says maybe we shouldn't be here, John. The sakura blossom is in full flow on that picture. Life of Pablo, thank you very much. Akasaka. Couple of
You've driven all you can
white,
drive.
maybe white monkeys with pink faces. I don't know. I just want to eat an egg. If I can eat an egg in amidst the cityscape,
Goose Cloud.
I'll be a happy man. Find a good spot here to snack. And there's another giant gate of Arimathea down there. Just begging for us to go for a look. Get that road in there. It'd be great to get that road in the shot, the backdrop. That'll look pretty good. That'll look really good, actually, if we can get that in. It's not worth coming all the way up here and not getting that quality shot, right? That's what it's all about. Let's have some fun with it, why not? Shenmue Tang Clan, thank you very much for your tip. And none other. And the man himself, the mysterious Yoshimitsu, who I was hoping to link up with yesterday, but word is you were hovering above some drumlins in the nether regions of Fujitsu Prefecture. Katana in hand, robotic face and teeth, laser eyes, pure Yoshimitsu magic. Don't need to worry about this egg or the breast. They were refrigerated, so it's going to be a refreshing, cool, protein-filled snack. Bit of banana as well. That should temper the burning of the blue moon. And I think that only happened because I failed to line the stomach beforehand. I should have maybe gone for a burger, and one of them should have got that Trump burger, but that had jalapenos on it. I think maybe I should have gone with the Kamala Harris burger. As I can recall, the Trump burger did work somewhat to try and make it resemble a human face. And but I don't know what the hell they were doing with the Kamala burger. That was just a big splodge. It didn't really make sense to me. It didn't scan. It didn't scan. Can we put that there? No, it's not metal. Can we put it there? No, it's not metal. What about here? And then we maneuver it up. We'll maneuver it up. Whether or not that's going to work is another question entirely. You should never turn your back on the audience, but it's nice to get that in, you know. Preview if we're still Rolling Stone live, still streaming. Seems like, yeah, better than Bitrate. That's for sure. Although we're hitting a bit of low bit right there. Stand crowd. Kamala had the matcha bean paste, so that would have had a green tint or a green tinge. Just going for the standard flavour of Calpis. None of that lychee nonsense. No strawberry or red berry addition. Just pure bog standard Calpis, which is what you want. It's what you need, and it's what we got. Kowloon Pigeon, thank you very much, buddy. Gonna tackle the egg first. What's your take on it? It's an egg. Soft boiled egg. What are your thoughts? Is it a good idea? Does it have a shell on it? Has the shell been removed? It's an interesting proposition, John. Let's give it a lash. Japanese egg. Why don't they sell eggs like this? Again, I just feel like I'm constantly repeating myself with the why don't they do this, why don't they do that. But there must be some reason they don't do it. It has a shell on it as well. It's going to be a tough one. Cuckoo Shenmue. It's a delicacy, you say. Shenmue Tang Clan, thank you very much. I'm just going to try and open this with one hand. I just seen how that looks on camera. It's just a man cradling an egg. I know it looks like it's weird, but don't for a moment think that this is a weird scene right now. This is grand. Everything's fine, John. Everything will be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. But I want to do it with one hand, but I don't want to fuck it up, you know, so will I go with the teeth? Somebody call Grandport. We need an order. Eggy Vedder, somebody says. Eggamy spoken class today. What about this? Did you ever open an egg with a flick? Ah! It worked. It worked. I think I'm gonna eat this like that. And then, no, wait, I should take the whole shell off. No, I'll eat it with half a shell. Bit of shell has gone in the mouth. It's salty. I'm just gonna eat it's only a minuscule piece of shell. Apparently it's not bad for you. Apparently you can just eat the shell, you know. A lot of people don't. I generally don't. But I don't mind. If there's a bit of shell in it, I'll still eat it. Now we have a bit of a dilemma. It's an eggy dilemma right now. How'd you keep the rest of this into the mouth without fucking it all up? You want the whole shell to come off in one go. It's crude. It's very crude, but it's not rude. Schult, thank you very much for the tip. wonder will the Japanese take umbrage to the fact that there are a few fragments of eggshell on their steps. We won't know for some time. We won't know for some time. Just realised, how the hell do they make the egg salt? The egg salty when there's a shell on it? Would boiling the egg in salt water, would the osmosis occur? It's my understanding that the eggshell was not a semi-permeable membrane, but I could be wrong. It will be nicer going in. Yeah, I'm gonna... Just people there saying you gotta fucking take the shell. Well, I have. I'm taking the shell. I'm not gonna do Japan like that. Japan has treated me well. The least I could do is pick up the shell. The salt. Chicks need to breathe. Prick a small hole in the shell before boiling in salty water, says Ed. So you learn something every day. They inject salt into it. It's an interesting proposition. But a very, very tasty egg. Taste the egg. The egg that Japan built. Feel the dream of the egg. Today is your day. The Japanese have furnished your palm with a brand new salt egg. It's chilled and it's ready to pop. Just don't leave the shell on the ground, okay? A lot of work goes into keeping the municipality clean, tidy and nice. Last thing we need is some fucking dick egg leaving his egg stuff around the gaff. Imagine we left the egg there and then the lads with batons descended upon the area like they do, like liquid clockwork all around the town. Any little bit of work that needs to be done, they're just there. Gotta admire that attention to detail. Must be a great job, must be a good career, like, you know, it's got a lot of work going for it. The funding is there, they seem to be happy, like, you know, they seem to be very happy to fucking rock up to work in their overalls in 34-degree heat, helmets on the head, glow sticks, fucking LED vests, some lads wearing personal air-conditioned vests. Bertie Boo Boo, thank you very much. And Owen Morg, very, very kind of you. Choo choo chaboogu. Buffering, egg ninja. Are we still working? Are we still rolling? Someone said buffering there. Could be a problem on your end, man, because from what I'm seeing right here, we've got a very, very stable connection.
We need an audit.
Gonna lay siege to this chicken breast right now. Stream is fine, thanks very much, Dr. KNK, and we're grand. Good stuff. It's great to see it, and it's great to hear it. Japanese salt hen. So is that the correct situation? Is it? Have I got that right? Are the Japanese breeding a particular sodium-enriched type of hen that lays a real salty dog of an egg? It's probably the egg that fuels the salaryman's power. They do say that the eggs are great for hangovers as well, and there used to be a saying, go to work on an egg. You can't beat the egg. And if you do beat it, you'll make an omelette. You whip that up. If you put it into a cake or a bit of flour with the egg as well, you've got some bread on your hands. You might have a muffin. Do you know? Yates on plates, meals from the hard shoulder, taught me everything I have to know about gastronomical excursions of the Yates kind. Christian Irwin wrote the foreword for it. Thanks very much for the tip. He wrote a challenging and ball-breaking foreword for the book, which left a lot of readers disgusted before they'd even hit chapter 1, which was how to make whipped cream on an island. I said to Yates, it was a ballsy move to open the book with that. It's not really going to get many people involved, I don't think. But he said, what the fuck do you know? Sit back in your chair and let me write the text. Which is fine for him. When he wants to do that, he can do that. Personally, I like to ghostwrite his memoir and just give tidbits of, my ideas for the cookery stuff. Just don't know how we're gonna fare up when we get back, and we have to go for a meeting with Random House regarding a reissue, gold-leafed hardback edition of Yates on Plates. And I'm very honoured to have been asked to write a 2025 updated prologue, which will appear before your forward, Christian. I'm sorry to say, you're a good skin. Thanks for the tip and the investments, but we might have to bump that off the press. Space is at a premium. Letters per page, and the pages these days, the prints that we're going for, very, very, very high grade stuff. This isn't your made in China shenanigan. This is a real art house piece. Yeah? Taschen are interested. I said to Yates, Random House can fucking bark all day, but are they gonna bite? I don't think so. We've got Taschen in the back pocket. They say that it could even fucking retail at €67 base price. It's gonna be a shocker. When you include VAT, it's gonna be an absolute shocker. But Taschen wants some special art house photography in it as well, in addition to the stuff we already shot, some of the M&S food porn that's in it. They say that they want some black and white portraits of Yates and possibly me. So it's gonna raise the roof, I think. Face price. Let's get this chicken breast going. We're not here to read books, we're here to eat chicken, an egg, and then go home for a nice sleep. The burrito was nice, it was peaceful. But you can't beat downtown Tokyo on a Wednesday night, or whatever day it is. It's as easy as ABC Shokai. Big shout out to Prudential up there as well. Still a few lads grinding out the fucking work on the top floor of the top deck. Thinking about the buildings here. They're made to withstand earthquakes. Remember, 7 or 8 on the Richter, 2011, bad juju, tsunami. But the buildings here, I don't think it was the epicenter here. Obviously not, it was out in the sea. Fukushima got the brunt of the work. But here, if it was to strike, a lot of these buildings would just stay standing. They'd just sway, simply sway. But you'd have a hard time trying to convince me that I'm gonna stay on the top floor of one of those without a parachute. you know? If only they'd have had parachutes in the building, the Twin Towers. Would have saved a lot of lives, you know? And I think maybe you gotta think a city like this that has a population, high population density. I think it's 35 million. That could be a gross overestimation, but there has to be someone that's packing a parachute, right? Not a cat in hell's chance I'm gonna stay on the top deck without some last gasp situation. You'd have one foot out the window. You know, the building would be swaying. Would you though? You wouldn't. You'd be shitting yourself. You would be shitting yourself. No way, no. You're fucked. You wouldn't get time for the parachute. The thing with 9/11 was you would have time for the parachute if you were in the right place at the right times, part of the building. Probably just keep them next to the windows in a little box, the same way you'd have a defibrillator or a fire extinguisher or something. Except it doesn't really make you feel that comfortable, or doesn't give you much hope when you see parachutes next to the window. Having never ever done a course in base jumping or parachuting or skydiving or anything like that. But still, if push comes to shove, should I say, I'd jump out with the parachute, no problem. Because what's the alternative? You're either on the 9/11 scale of things, it was a fucking fire, the flames that were coming after you. But if it's an earthquake scenario, again, you'd probably be shitting yourself. You wouldn't even be at the window. Unless you'd thought ahead, you'd made a little cage for yourself that you just called the quake cage. Those buildings up there, those are the high-risers, those are the big bamboozlers. I'm not too sure whether or not there are people still up there, because there's lights on, but I think that's just for effect. Whereas you know that in Prudential, they're going hard and they're crunching numbers. They're crunching all the numbers that God has sent. Do they even believe in God? I think it's an atheistic situation out here in Asia. They prefer not to worship an all-seeing, benevolent God, preferring instead to take inspiration from the lakes, the trees, the mountains. The Zen-like bliss of nature is the only God they need. God isn't a person in their mind. It's more of an omnipresent gas which can be breathed in. And maybe that's why I sometimes just stop and say to you repeatedly, breathe it in. Breathe it in. Maybe that's the whole point of life, is just to breathe it in, John. Sit down, eat your egg, and fucking breathe it in. And stop complaining. Don't complain. You've just had a fucking lovely egg, and now what? You're cribbing about not having a fucking quake cage in your penthouse office suite. Give me a break. But I would. I'd have one installed. And I'd have to do drills. Personal drills, because I'm not sure whether or not I'd be able to fucking get the whole building to join in and drill. It'd really just be for the top deck high flyers, you know? The CEOs. Look at that, yo. Get in there. Let's see some more of that tonight. Lads. Feel the power of the Tokyo bike men. Biker mice from Mars. But getting back to the quake cage drills, I'd definitely run. I'd probably wait until everybody goes home and perform my own personal quake cage drill, which will be on the first side. Oh, we have to go. I think there's a guy with a torch here. I'll just... No, he's walking by. It's okay.
You've driven
It's
all
okay.
you can
That's
drive.
good stuff. It is a man with a torch, though.
Take on it. Is it all that?
Bezos! Or do we need to change the game even further? You've made it as far as you can. Now it's time to go above and beyond the call of duty. Bezos! Never leave revenue on the table. No need to get your feet out. Peruvian beans! What's your take on it? Go further, build smarter. Business, third floor business, fourth floor business. Congolese beans.
The other Greeks doing not too bad. Kokonakis.
Kokonakis. Fantastic stuff.
Will you shape the future? Or will you be shaped by the future? We're living in a great age. The age of the Lewis and the age of the crane. Feel the power of the crane. And there we go. He's swinging. He's moving. This is Sparta. Rwandan beans. Looks like Pat Spillane, but they blurred out his face. Let's go and see what's going on inside the rock room at the drop. Head honcho on congos. Got the receptionist on the maracas. Head developers on the acoustic. Just gone to waste. Get a nice little blasted on. We'll be back in business again. Another powerful Monday. Welcome to the stream.
You've driven all you can drive.
It's just another day in absolute paradise. Now it's time to harness the power of the working week. Fantastic car. Check that bad boy out.
Standing proud.
Office barista unit. Salesforce. Packing the poachers. Going on a bean quest on Monday morning. A vigorous rub with some tissue paper. This little fella, lovely. Truly remarkable beast. I don't know, what's your take on it? Your primetime sin swirl. Been doing a lot of thinking. Ethiopian beans. Book cab? I think we really need to bring in HR. Flavors and bean development. Colombian beans. St. Stephen's bean. Blast unit. Live in Labina Mocha. The future. The concept of steam. Brand new roller coaster ride. Time is running out. The clock is ticking down. Francesco Higinardo. Honduran beans. The fact that every moment there's a chance to double your money. Bezos. How's it going, buddy?
How are you keeping?
Checking out Fibonacci Place. Have you been in there?
Never.
Bezos.
Bezos. I think he is.
Is he there?
He is.
Bezos. Good stuff, buddy.
He's listening to News Talk.
Today FM. You take the bull by the horns and you ride that bastard out of town. You've Lesotho'd all you can embassy. I am livid. It's Funk Master. I have to say that security guard was very, very polite and just said it's not acceptable to eat or drink here. And he was even saying sorry to me. As I was saying sorry, just about to say sorry to him, he beat me to the sorry. So I gave him 3 of the finest bows and put my hands together like I was praying to him as well. So hopefully that was enough bowing. 3 bows. But maybe having seen the salary man do 5 or 6 successive bows, rapid fire bowing earlier on, maybe it wasn't enough. But look, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. I'm just glad I didn't open the breast, because there might have been a little bit of juicage in it with the herb, and that would have gone all over the bag then, you know. So we'll hopefully go back to our usual stomping ground. I'll tell you something, there's a massive building over here, and I don't know why, but it's very Harry Potter focused. I don't know why in Tokyo there's a Harry Potter shopping mall, but there is. It won't be open now anyway, that's for sure. Personal Quake drone, thank you very much. I'm a golden god, thank you very much. And Mark Delaney, thank you as well, sir. Very, very kind of you. Your high-end salary man will be packing a foldable Personal Quake drone that can zoom you away, Zen. Like, I doubt it at the moment. I mean, I know that there are the drones in development that can carry you, but you have to pilot those yokes, and they have a big footprint. It's not foldable or collapsible, you know. But I like the way you're thinking, and it's probably not far away. Size of that one. It's the Big Bamboozler. Rubby Tussin Incorporated. Goose Cloud. And now we have the Green Man. The signal that we always look for to cross the road onto the other side. Pure Green Man magic. Where else would you get it? The Green Man, other than anywhere else. He's everywhere. The one thing the world decided on, that the Green Man works. He just works. Just works. Doesn't need to be another color. Semiotics. Umberto Eco. Now, how about this, John? Is this gonna be okay for a chicken breast sit-down snack box? There's a guy having a hearty old vape to himself. I reckon a chicken breast isn't gonna cause too much of a kerfuffle if we sit down here and get sorted. Don't see any signs saying no breast, so it looks like we could be onto a winner right here. This is a water feature, water fountain, but it's not on yet, thank God. Just see what we're doing. Yeah, that's great. It's a bit different. Something different. Piss. That's great to see. We're still live. And there the lights have gone down, which is a shame. And it's just gone midnight. As soon as the gremlin hour arrives, the lights go down. Thank you very much for the tip there, Laura. Any wasabi? I'm just trying to work out how to open this because there's no, usually there's like a little nub at the side, or not a nub, but a tear here indicator. It's not there. I don't want to have to. Oh, there's an open side flap at the corner. Great stuff. Great stuff. Fantastic, John. That's what we're dealing with. I don't know if you can see that, if it's reading on the camera, but oh fuck, I've just spilled chicken juice on my leg. It's okay, the shorts were for the wash anyway, but now I'm gonna smell chicken herb. Fuck. It's great breast. Sophie, thank you very much for the tip. Having an absolute nightmare of a day. I'm just after saying to you how it was a good job that I didn't open the chicken breast packet, because I would have ended up getting chicken juice all over the bag. And what do I go and do? I end up getting chicken juice all over the leg. It's my capsule wristband. It's not a personal choice, it's not a lifestyle choice. It's a necessity to gain access to my sleeping pod. Loving that. That's the egg down. That's the chicken down. Now it's time for a banana. Polish off the rest of the cowpiss. And then a sweet little stroll back to the pod. Really, I just wanted to get back on and say thank you very much for joining me on today's quest to Bitrate. It wasn't what I would rather have gone earlier in the day, to be honest, because the shops would have been open then. Also, there was a techie gram. And so I just want to say thank you very much for sticking with me during those turbulent stream hours.
Somebody call Grant.
It's been great just getting away from the hornet's nest of the Habubu dream for just a day even, you know. I'll be ready to sleep now. Wind down maybe. Stick on a podcast. There's nothing really doing it for me much these days. I'm kind of a little bit jaded with the pod selection. I'm absolutely gutted that Eamon Dunphy's The Stand isn't standing anymore. Used to love Niall Stannage's weekly. Well, how the fuck do you open it? They really could they have not just given you the banana? I mean, it comes wrapped in a skin already. You don't need plastic. You know, Stannage, Crime with Nicola Tallant. Shit. Other guests, other people, but mostly the catch-ups with Stannage were the best. Tokyo Shorts Marinade, thank you very much for the tip. Tokyo Drift. Path to Power with Cooper and Yates, you can't beat it. Such a force of broadcasting nature meeting yet another force of broadcasting nature. Combining, it's like a tsunami having a fight with a fucking whirlwind. Getting back to the Quake gauge though, I'd be very surprised if there aren't any high powerballing salarymen who don't have a few tricks up the sleeve. Shit. A succulent breast, thank you very much. A chicken breast juice, thank you very much. In pod we trust. I'm gonna Google that when I get in, but I don't want to Google it as well, actually, because I'm trying to just sleep hygiene my way into a better state of mind before bed, and having the screen there is a bad juju situation. But sometimes it's just so easy just to have a quick Google or a quick look at the news, and then before you know it, 45 minutes later, you think, what the fuck am I doing?
Ghost cloud.
Might just go back through the Stand archives and line up a playlist of back-to-back Stanage. Maybe actually go back to the very beginning of the Stand around 2016. Trump, all that jazz, maybe 2015. And just relive the glory days. Anonymous, thank you very much for the tip. Somebody there just asking me what it says on the bottle. I'm not particularly too sure. I think it says milk water, which would be an accurate description of what it is. And I've read that it says it helps you sleep. And they say that milk helps you sleep anyway, you know. I think it might contain melatonin or melanin. One or the other. Probably best not to get them mixed up. I think melatonin is the sleep stuff. Melanin is your skin. And melatonin, I found out last year, is you can buy it legally in France, but it's illegal to buy in Ireland. I know they're one of those lovely old Toyota taxis there. Can't remember the name of it, but it's a lovely piece. Conzo, please go and get, and I missed it. I missed the chat. I didn't see what you said there. Speaking of disasters, the Air India thing there a few weeks back, that fella that survived and walked away, absolutely incredible stroke of luck for him. To have been in the right place at the right time, that position, to have managed to kept conscious during the whole proceeding. It's one of the things about a disaster like that is you can't account for the amount of anxiety and the way you're probably going to just pass out. Just shit yourself, as I said. You're at the top deck of one of those skyscrapers around here and an earthquake hits. Are you going to have the mettle? Are you going to have what it takes to stare death in the face? To look at nature, Mother Nature in her violent eyes and say, "Yes, Mother. I'm a grown-up now. Don't tell me what to do anymore." And then jump out with a parachute. What kind of parachute would you have as well in a city centre, dense, a lot of sharp edges on the buildings? You wouldn't want to float into a corner and scratch your face, or worse still, become ensnared or entangled. The parachute then ends up folding in on itself and you just fall to your death. But you'd still take that risk, I feel, rather than staying in the collapsing building. It'd be an awful doggone shame if you were to take the leap thinking the building was about to collapse, and then as you jumped out you fucked it up, and then the building didn't collapse, and then you hit the ground. Imagine hitting the ground, just looking back thinking, fuck, I should have stayed in the building. I should have stayed in the building.
Somebody
These
call
are the
Grandma
choices
to
people are going to
be
have
on.
to make in the event of a disaster. Breaks my heart. My heart bleeds for those that are faced with such a challenging consequence. I just fucking cry thinking about it. But you know, you wipe your tears and you get back up and you say, look, it hasn't happened, and it's probably not going to happen. Not to me anyway, not in Ireland. We're safe. Tectonically speaking, we've won the jackpot lottery vibe. We've won the Euro millions in terms of climate and tectonics. And I don't think we don't praise ourselves enough about that. You know? We should wake up every day and give ourselves a pat on the back. 3 times. Once for tectonics, twice for climate, and thrice just to have a third auxiliary pat on the back. It puts a lot of my griping into the under the microscope, you know. It makes me think, what's it all about? You're looking at life through a postage stamp size hole, when you should really widen it out, fucking tear it out a bit more and have a look in there and use both eyes, yeah? Stick the head through the letterbox and look at everything and see the bigger picture. 16:9 IMAX. Kanji Quake Boss, thank you very much. I'd be willing to wager a bet that Japan has some very lush pastures. I'd be willing to throw down a few of the finest yen on the bet that Japan can raise a decent herd of grass-fed, utilitarian super cow. Because the way they go on about their Wagyu really makes you think they must be doing something good out there on the pastures. 9 to 4, Stephen, thank you very much for the tip. And Japan man. Takeshi's Castle, thank you very much. Of course, you do have the rice fields, the rice paddies, and I actually know a guy called Patrick Rice, so he technically is a rice paddy as well. But getting back to it, those would be floodplains. Do they have any good, fertile, well-irrigated fields in which to allow their super cow to graze, which would then give them that Wagyu beef? I know that Wagyu is all about the dry age, right? It's all about the post-process. But you do need to have a healthy, fit beast before you go into the slaughter yard. That's for sure. It's no use opening the doors of the abattoir and seeing just rubbish file through. You want well-fed, healthy beasts. Maybe zenned out bovine. Bamboo music and all sorts of crazy ideas that just give the cow a better frame of mind, a better state of health in which to grow its muscles. Sweet beasts. Tasty, tasty things. Maybe we'll find out more in the future, John. Right now, it's time for the laba. Time to say goodbye. Take my rubbish with me, because I really have no choice. There aren't any bins. Beautiful stuff. And that's a quality interior as well. Don't really want to fall foul of any Securitron 5000s, but we might get a little gander inside here. I think it's a restaurant. It's nice. This is what 4 and 5 Park Place could be. You know, the potential is there, as we saw. I don't know, I haven't seen it in a few months, but the last time it was there, it was still unfurnished. And that's the other thing, kind of grinds my gears that these things get thrown up in Dublin and then they sit there, just wait, what's going on? What, is there just a lot of fucking red tape and bureaucracy stopping us from moving in and getting things started, or... It's another thing where the Chinese are just powerballing ahead because they get it done. There's none of this Will's BAM contract shite going on. It's just the government have control and they're taking the bull by the horns and they're getting it done. Some might say at what cost? And there probably is a lot of cost. Good times. Happy people. The top tycoons can ride out a decent quake without an interruption in the delivery of their high-powered quarterly presentation to the board. It's all in the thighs, John. It's like surfing gods. I think that they now offer courses in quake surfing at Smurfit. Smurfit Kappa. It's bedtime for me. The night is probably only getting started for ye. This looks like a nice gaff. Pity I can't read Japanese, but I mean, it looks like it's a good gaff. Not pretentious or anything like that. That's a good sign as well, sign of a good meal. Somebody's left a nice lock of whiskey behind. I like it. I might try that one out before I go. And you got this cheeky little chap. A good guy and a quality hoof. Bah. Bah. 5G enabled sheep. Had a QR code on its cute little head. You scan it, gives you a menu, gives you options, yeah? Book a table. Select your sheep. How do you want to cut? What age do you want the sheep? Do you want lamb? Do you want standard sheep, or do you want mutton? Or do you want mutton dressed as lamb, John? And everything's for sale. And if you want a good time, get yourself down to Tomboy, Akasaka, modern Asian cafe and dining. It's a sweet, sweet piece of beef. We've been there many times. What about the Uyghurs? Thank you very much for the tip. You came in here the other day for a coffee. I thought that when you select that on the little digital menu, it looks tiny. When you get it, it's actually a fucking fully fledged cake that would suit 5 people, you know? I managed to eat all but one slice. These are the things you have to do in order to survive. And is this a shrine? Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff, John. Don't know what this is, but if anyone can enlighten me, I'm very interested. Men at work. Men of Baton. Just clockwork men. Men who come out at night and do the God's honest. I think they've got little bells in their battens. Oh no, they don't. It's a wind feature. I actually I thought the bells were their battens. I thought the bells were their battens, John. You feel really safe around here, you know? You don't once feel like you're under threat or under siege. An air of paranoia in many of Europe's major urban metropoles, but not here. Baton men, those crazy baton men with their lovely LED flashing batons, and they don't have bells inside, but maybe they could add them to the mix, the mega mix, just to really increase the awareness. A lot of crew. I noticed there's still a spanner that I have yet to remove. Apologies there. I didn't mean to infer that you need to be doing any spannerization. That was only for earlier on. I'll remove that pronto stat. I want to reiterate the thanks again for the spanner work, superlative spanner work that possibly was done during the stream. I have no idea. I have no idea if any of you had to use spanners, because I wasn't even able to see the chat go this way. Liquid spanner work, John. I need a bottle of water to bring back. No, I've got a bottle back. Yeah, I will. Okay, yeah. We'll call it a day. I'm not gonna go and get a can. Definitely not. It's time to go to sleep. Sleep, it is a chance to dream. And this is the place where it usually ends up. As we can see, the baton men are up there, ready to baton. I wonder, do they use those sticks to beat people with as well, if they get out of hand, or are they just a precautionary measure to alert people's attention? Because it would be hilarious to see those LED batons being used for violence, especially if they had bells in them, John. That'd be something the Japanese might do, right? They know how to have a bit of fun with it. Baton men go bye-bye. But look, it's been a great night. It's been a lovely day. Debuita was sumptuous. It really did come at the right time. let's send it for, okay, 2025, the year of the con. Thank you very much for the tips and helping us out there earlier on. Stay clear of the baton men, yeah? Watch out for the batons. Because they're fair, they're stern, but they're fair. But I think they would definitely not hesitate to fucking use those things on you. And they've got helmets as well. It's the other thing. If you've got a helmet on, you can just ram someone with your skull. Finish them off with the glowing LED baton. They always have white gloves on as well. There's something, as I said, there's something July the 12th about it. And maybe, just maybe, loyalists or Orange men could take a leaf out of these lads' books, the baton men, and do some night parades, night operations. It might garner in a whole new audience. Maybe even tourism might, you know, be boosted by it. People would come from far and wide to see the orange glow of the night parades, the night sticks. Just spitballing here. Look, go on. We'll talk to you later. Best of luck. Thank you very much there, Year of the Con, for the tip. I just did that. I didn't exit because I needed to check just to make sure that I wasn't conning anyone. Even though it is the Year of the Con, you do need to expect that. But I give you my word that won't ever happen, especially to the investors. Okay? All the best. Take it easy. I'll leave you with him. Baton in the midst. Louis Baton. Baton down the hatches. The Japanese are in town, John. Talk to you. With a chance to double your money. Bezos. How's it going, buddy?
How are you keeping?
Checking out Fibonacci Place. Have you been in there?
Never.
Bezos.
I think he is.
Is he there?
He is.
Bezos. Good stuff, buddy.
He's listening to News Talk.
Today FM. You take the bull by the horns and you ride that bastard out of town. You've Lesotho'd all you can ever see. I have livid targets. Funkmaster Flex. Bar charts. Falco, Crawl, Lockton. A lot of the hardball gets played inside there. More of a bricks and mortar kind of Lego set man myself. It's all about the Chinese market at the moment. How's it going, guys? I'm your boss. French jiggery pokery. Getting a bit tiresome, I understand. Sorry, there. Are we live? Yeah. Sorry. Tokyo says no. Thank you very much. There, I think that was a reference to the no vote in Ulster 20 years ago. Thank you very much for the tip there. Tokyo says no. Good night and God bless. Batonomics. Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin, John. Never off the clock. Very excited about Kenyan Beans. 4 and 5 Park Place. Oh look, the furnishing in 4 and 5 Park Place. They've started furnishing it. Wayflyer. Azimuth. Dropbox. And look at that, Dropbox have their own barista machine there. A Rancilio 5000. It's a sweet machine. We're looking at Ireland's engine room right now. Ugandan beans. It's so energizing to see. Bezos. First 2 slats are bone dry. Bizarrely, the middle slat seems to be damp. We've got Guatemalan boys out there. You snooze, you lose. Courtesy of Zambrero. Thai beans. It's all about the scone. Stripped to the waist and whipped 5 times. I'd love to know what your take on it is. What's your take on it? Is it all that? Bezos! Or do we need to change the game even further? You've made it as far as you can. Now it's time to go above and beyond the call of duty. Bezos! Never leave revenue on the table. No need to get your feet out. Peruvian beans! What's your take on it? Let's go further. Build smarter. Business, third floor business, fourth floor business. Congolese beans.
The other Greeks doing not too bad. Kokonakis.
Kokonakis. Fantastic stuff. Will you shape the future? Or will you be shaped by the future? We're living in a great age. The age of the Lewis. And the age of the crane. Feel the power of the crane. And there we go. He's swinging. He's moving. This is Sparta. Rwandan beans. Looks like Pat Spalak, but they blurred out his face. Let's go and see what's going on inside the rock room at the drop. Head honcho on congos. Got the receptionist on the maracas. Head developers on the acoustic. Who's got a waist? Get a nice little blast of that and we'll be back in business again. Another powerful Monday. Welcome to the stream. You've driven all you can drive. It's just another day in absolute paradise. Now it's time to harness the power of the working week. Fantastic car. Check that bad boy out. Standing proud. Office barista unit. Salesforce. Packing the poachers. Going on a bean quest on Monday morning. A vigorous rub with some tissue paper. This little fella, lovely, truly remarkable beast. Don't know, what's your take on it? Your primetime sin swirl. Been doing a lot of thinking. Ethiopian beans. Book cab? I think we really need to bring in HR. Laborson Bean Development. Colombian beans. St. Stephen's Bean. Blast unit. Living Labina Mocha. The future. The concept of steam. Brand new roller coaster ride. Time is running out. The clock is ticking down. Francesco Higinardo. Honduran beans. The fact that every moment with a chance to double your money. Bezos. How's it going, buddy? Checking out Fibonacci Place. Have you been in there?
Never.
Bezos.